My name's Trey Thomas, and my business is commercial real estate, and I do sales and leasing. So what I was struggling with was essentially I kept on running up against time barriers for scaling. So to be able to scale, I needed to get an assistant, and that would be help with marketing, social media. So with Toby's background in marketing, was initially why I reached out to him. I didn't know really much about VAs and going through the process of hiring one and what to even look for, or where to even go for a job board. With their proven process, it was easy to get somebody onboarded where I didn't have to learn how to onboard somebody as well as how to train an assistant. So that was already packaged and ready to go. It was great. Everything was essentially already packaged up and ready to go. Any questions that I had, responses were very quick. It was really just a total hand-holding process from start to finish. For me, what was most important was that they were more so trainable, easy to work with, because as things change, I want to be able to change processes with them. So that was the most important thing for me, was just somebody that was like trainable, coachable, and learn quickly, understanding marketing as well as social media. We're on a couple shared, workspaces, and so I can track her progress as she goes along, and she's picking it up really fast. We're still building out a lot of the operations that she will be doing day to day, but essentially it's allowed me to scale with how much time it took me to do certain tasks. As she's taken those on and learns how to do those, it's freed up a ton of my time. I would 100% recommend to anybody that's looking to scale or free up time in their life, no matter what industry they're in. I think it doesn't just need to be in real estate. It could be in any type of industry that people want to work in, and then they need to free up time, or they have tasks that could be done, by a virtual assistant that they don't need to do, that's very almost monotonous. And that could be transferred over to a VA, freeing up a lot of time. It was a really nice process, and I think my favorite part was once we essentially got Lady Lee hired on, just the next steps of onboarding, because there were so many applicants that were just eager to come work. And so filtering all that down and leveraging how to select a right applicant, that was probably my favorite part. If you're wanting to explore getting a virtual assistant, going through onboarding a VA, selecting a VA, that's just so much work that I think people really underestimate, and they just go in and post a VA, and there's no training, there's no onboarding, there's no selection process. They just pick somebody that they talk to. We went through several rounds of interviews, and just having their experience to help me just save so much time in selecting a virtual assistant, because there's a lot more that goes into it than I think people immediately think of. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna hop on and hire a VA, and it's just it's not that simple.